What's up, everyone? It's me, Kessler, your favorite, VTuber? I guess? Favorite? I don't know. But we're back with more Age of Overlord cards. This time, new archetype equals new possibilities. And this is another Egyptian themes archetype. This time, based around Horus. Is it based around the level Horus? Well, there's only one way to find out. So, the four sons of Horus descend, coming straight out of Canampus. Yeah, that's how it's pronounced. Alright, so we got Imseti Glory of Horus. Level 8, Dark Spellcaster, 3000 attack and 1800 defense. You can only special summon this card's name with the first effect once per turn. You can only use the second and third effect of this card's name each once per turn. If you control Pharaonic Sarcophagus, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. Why not from hand or graveyard? Well, let's just continue reading. You can send two cards from your hand to the graveyard, including this card. Add a Pharaonic Sarcophagus from your deck to your hand, then draw a card. If another card you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect while you control this monster, send one card on the field to the graveyard. Interesting. Then we got Duamutev, Blessing of Horus. I'm so sorry if I butchered that. Water Beast effect, level 8, 0 attack and defense. You can only special summon this card's name with the first effect each once per turn. You can only use the third effect of this card's name once per turn. If you control Pharaonic Sarcophagus, you can special summon this card from the graveyard. Gains 1200 attack defense for each Horus monster you control. If another card you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect while you control this monster, draw cards equal to the number of monsters with different names in your main monster zone. Interesting. I'll give my whole thoughts after I finish reading all this. Then we got Happy, Vanguard of Horus. Wind Beast Warrior effect monster, level 8, 2400 attack and 1600 defense. You can only special summon this card's name with the first effect once per turn. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. If you control Pharaonic Sarcophagus, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. If another card you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect while you control this monster, target two cards on the field that are banished and are in the graveyards. Either add both to their owner's hands or shuffle them into the deck. Interesting. Queb Sunuef, Aegis of Horus. Aegis. Earth Winged Beast effect, level 8, 2500 attack, 2000 defense. You can only special summon this card's name with the first effect once per turn. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. If you control Pharaonic Sarcophagus, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. If another card you control leaves the field by an opponent's card effect while you control this monster, you can activate this effect. This turn, your opponent cannot target Horus monsters on the field for attacks. Also, your opponent cannot target them with card effects. Well, first of all, they have no quick effects. They all have the same special summon requirement. Pharaonic Sarcophagus better be this busted ass card. So you have to send two from your hand to add Pharaonic Sarcophagus. I guess the idea is to send one of the level 8 guys and then be able to activate the Sarcophagus to special summon this card. And this lets you draw a card, and this lets you just get rid of a card. 3000 booty, level 8. I guess you could do some rank 8 plays with it. This one's okay. Let's see. At most, when he enters a field, he at the very least can be 24. Since you'll probably at least control one other Horus monster, which including himself, because if you special summon him from the graveyard, he could at least be 2400 attack. I like this draw effect. You can have a giant ass hand just from the thought of it. So this one seems pretty okay. I like this one more than I like this one. And then we got Vanguard. Branded players beware. We're getting rid of your banished and graveyard cards. Ooh. I guess this could potentially screw up plays. And then, this, I guess, provides protection. So, best to worst. What would I say this is best? Probably this, because it does have some sort of, this can screw up your opponent's graveyard and banished. This can at least do that. It's probably the best. Or maybe the second best. I mean, this one does net you a card. And this does set up plays. So this is probably the best. This is probably the second best. Or, no. This one protects your card, so out of all the monsters, this is probably the second. This is probably the third. And this is probably the... Or maybe switch these two. I mean, I guess if you open with this, your hands are not dead. There's going to be some experimentation, because this one's probably the best one. But anyway, going down here. Gold sarcophagus. Pharaonic sarcophagus, excuse me. This had better be the most busted shit ever. Pharaonic sarcophagus. Continuous spell. You can only use the second effect of this card's name up to 4 times each turn. Okay, you got my attention right there. Horus monsters you control cannot be destroyed by card effects unless they target them. Alright, so non-targeting effects don't work on these guys. Okay, I kind of like that effect. You can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard and send a Horus monster from your deck to the graveyard. Could do that 4 times. Alright then. Once per turn, at the start of the damage step, if your Horus monster battles an opponent's monster, send that monster to the graveyard. Alright, so I guess maybe this is a little busted. Would this be considered busted? I like this card. You can use it up to 4 times. You can use the second effect 4 times. This does have protection. And this does just send a opponent's monster to the graveyard. Soft once per turn. So say if you opened all 3 of them, you can just send an opponent's monster to the graveyard just right away 3 times. Alright. And then we got the trap card. Canopic Protector. Continuous trap. You can only use the second effect of this card's name once per turn. Once per chain. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you can special summon a Horus monster from your hand or graveyard. And if you do, your opponent cannot special summon... you cannot special summon another monster with the same original name with the effect of Canopic Protector. Free swarming, I guess. If this card is sent from the from the hand or field to the graveyard, you can set it, but banish it when it leaves the field. This seems like an interesting deck. Level 8, thinking about these cards, these could be an interesting, kind of an annoying control deck. Maybe a swarm deck? What is the point of this? Well, let me reread all these and think about it for a minute. Uh, Send a Horus. Special summon a Horus. Cannot target Horus monsters on the field for attack. And cannot target them with card effects. Special summon from grave, from grave, from grave. From grave. Draw a card. Add sarcophagus. This could potentially. This could have potential. I'd say just overall, thinking about this really hard, it could be a fun deck. But hey, this could just be another Vanquish Soul type of situation, where we all thought, hey, this is not going to be that good. But then it just turns out to be really fucking good. This could be one of those types of situations. So I'm just gonna wait to see what happens. I might just have to try it out sometime when it's all on Omega. But overall, this isn't terrible. I thought it was pretty neat. And I'm also just really conflicted on it. But that's all I gotta say. Do you all like these cards? Do you see potential with this archetype? It could be a neat little rank 8 spam deck. But hey, that's just my 2 takes. That's just my sense on it. That's all I have to say here. I want to thank you all for watching and whatnot. And hey, it's just always nice to see another archetype just be brought into the game. Now, if only we can see what the next TCG exclusive archetype is, if we even get one. But anyway, have a pleasant one, everyone. And I will see you all then.